Wow.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, that?
Good to see you.
Nice one.
Hey.
Hi, hiya. How you doing?
Good to see you again.
Good, yeah, you too.
So Chris and Aldona, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today, and thank you for inviting me into your gorgeous home. It's actually really cool, and you might struggle to get me to leave. So I hope you don't mind if I hang around a little bit afterwards. So we've just watched the Beyond the Moment film, and I wanted to start there. So thinking back to that point, and in the beginning of the film, it's December 2022 that comes up. You know, how do you feel thinking about that time?
Positive, because I went through the previous beginning on a horrible cliff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was getting stronger, feeling more positive. Was getting a lot more help. I had goals, so once I set a goal, I'll try and stick to that goal, which is mostly walking, getting out more, feeling more confident. I've certainly got that back now.
Yeah. You got confidence back now, yeah.
Yeah, it's just happy for the future now. Good. Because I was doubting it, obviously, every weekend, maybe not. And now I'm thinking 10 years on. But seriously, I do think that.
And for you, Aldona, what do you think when you look back at that early days?
Early days was hard.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep his spirits up as well and be positive for him. It was hard on me as well. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about him and making sure he's all right and everything. But yeah, in a way I was going through it as well. People don't think about that, about family and things like
Even
that.
I don't think about that.
No. But the difference between then and now is just 100%, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, he still has odd bad days, but nothing like it was before. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
Good. You can definitely see that transition as you start at the beginning of the film in December 22, and then it goes to April 23, and the change in you really comes across well, you know, in terms of your transition through that period. But we also notice, you mentioned a really important point there in caregivers or people that are caring for somebody who's just had a heart attack. A lot of the time, they don't feel like it should be about them, but in actual fact it is.
Yeah.
And we've seen that a lot, you know, and how important the role that you play in the relationship is.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely all the family,
it would be
really,
a downhill
isn't
struggle facing that on your own.
Yeah.
It certainly would. You do need people around you.
And so that original film that we shared, and again we shared it in the summer with an updated version. If I was to tell you that film was seen by people in over 45 countries around the world when it was first broadcast, what do you think about that?
That's
when you know that your message is getting that far and getting that reach?
And like I said, the big thing is if it is helping anybody out there, it's fantastic. And I have gone so much better now, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm more positive.
It's good
but you need drilling it, don't
seeing
you?
the bad as well.
Yeah.
Seeing the bad and saying there is the bad, but you can overcome it and get further on down the line where things are looking up and looking more
positive. But you need positive people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I think, you know, huge thank you to both of you for sharing, because I think your story is helping, you know, not just us, but it's helping other people really understand, you know, if you guys can do it, you know, it gives hope to other
which is
people
brilliant.
as well.
It really is.
Yeah. So let me take you fast forward a little bit to summertime. And the last time that we actually caught up with each other was in Amsterdam.
Amazing, yes.
When you came out and you joined us on the Ocean Diva. And I know that everybody really appreciated you taking the time to come and talk with us at that meeting. And of course you were interviewed at that point by Bob Harper. So tell us a little bit about that experience and how it was for you.
Well, for one, as soon as we approached the boat, it was just amazing how the people around, everyone kind of knew me, or knew us.
Yeah.
And it was just so friendly,
welcoming.
so welcoming. It was like, this is going to be
So
okay.
glad you've come. And
Did it get rid of those nerves? You didn't come across nervous at all. You guys were naturals on the stage.
Well, I could see that they were generally interested, and that kind of gave me a buzz.
And did you do anything in Amsterdam while you were there? Did you get
Well, we had to do the cruise on the water, the canals. Didn't we? That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the cafes and walking around. Even I watched this. You could tell he was a local. And then I said good morning to him, and his face is lit up. Oh, good morning. It's like, wow. I could live here.
So friendly. Yeah, the people are so friendly.
So
They were,
friendly.
they were
Yeah.
very friendly.
Magic, yeah.
Yeah. How have you been since you came home from Amsterdam? What's been happening in your lives?
Well,
You've had your pacemaker now, haven't
oh
you?
yeah, I've had my pacemaker fitted. I just had 6 weeks recovering from that. Not that I needed the 6 weeks, honestly.
Okay.
Second day I could have gone easily back to work.
Yeah, you felt like you
There
could
was
have
no,
gone back
there's
to
no
work.
pain.
Yeah.
It's just that I couldn't lift my arm.
Okay.
So
And how do you feel about it now?
I just feel like I've had all the stuff they can throw at me now.
Yeah.
I mean, they will still check on me. I
Basically,
feel
you-
I've moved on. Start concentrating more on future.
So as well as the treatment side of things, there's the stuff that you can own in diet and exercise. How's that been going?
Frequently told go on plant-based or fish-based
Yeah,
protein
yeah.
stuff. Mediterranean. But I tried it and I just can't abide fish. This is going down. It's taking a bit longer though, because I've rediscovered nice food again.
But we are walking about more. And
I do a lot more
everything
walking.
You said on the film actually that there's some really nice walks around here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
now. Mossbank Park that you can go to. I mean, Horwich further up.
Yeah, just a short riding car and
Is-
then you've got all day then.
Yeah.
But work is helping me. It's good for me.
Yeah.
I think getting out and seeing people is a major
Major thing
thing.
for me.
It's too easy, I think, to get stuck at home
Yeah.
and just watch telly and not move.
But then I've got in the back of my head, should I be going out on my own?
Yeah.
How far should I be going on my own? Because no stranger is going to know my condition.
It's interesting you should say that because I remember one of the things that Bob Harper always said is when he walks into a gym now or he's going in, he immediately is thinking, if something was to happen here, who's going to be the person that's going to step up and save me this time?
Yeah, you're always aware,
Yeah.
but I just choose to ignore. I mean, I shouldn't be doing a push to another tree, if you like, because I use trees as landmarks, as goals. So I was like, I'll do 20 trees, but why can't I do 25?
You have to know where your limit is, don't you, for
and
that
just
day?
take pride that you've just done the 25.
Because you've got to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you're in a park and there's not many people around.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking, oh, well, if something was to happen.
And I'm not
there's-
even told her I'm going to the park.
Yeah.
Or I'm at work or whatever.
Yeah.
So for you, Aldona, what's been happening with you since you got home?
I've had a stroke since
Okay.
I've got home. So that put the dampeners on. I was off work for about 9 weeks.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of confidence
Yeah.
because most of the right side, my right side was affected. And it was just getting the confidence of walking up and down stairs and things. I think you were looking after me then a lot, keeping an eye on me when I was going up and down stairs and moving about and stuff.
You have to use your left more than your right.
Yeah, luckily it was minor.
No,
still,
because you were caught in time.
I was caught
I mean,
in time.
She never told me. I noticed when we were walking before it, she was stopping. So I'd pick up on it and I'd stop before it and I'd just give us a minute, love. But I was watching her and she was panting.
But you didn't say anything.
I
No.
didn't say nothing because I thought it was just, well, you think it's old age or why
okay.
should I worry somebody else
So you
about
didn't know at
something?
that point?
No,
but
I
you-
didn't know.
Okay.
And her eye had dropped and she come up to me in the morning and she went, oh, my eyes dropped a bit. And never thought anything like a stroke.
Yeah.
And I went to work, told my colleague who's done a little interview with her. And she said, that sounds like a stroke. So I rang doctor straight away and got her in.
And even the doctor said I have to look at you closely to see
Yeah.
that there's anything going on. And
But it's interesting that you didn't even notice
No,
yourself at the
no.
time. I know a similar situation. My dad had a stroke about three or 4 months ago. He didn't know, but when he started to explain his symptoms, you know, he said his speech was a little bit impaired. He had lost a little bit of
Feeling.
in the side of his face, and I was like, Dad, you need to go to the doctor because I think you might have had a stroke. But he was exactly the same. But he was just continuing on. He's like
just carry
trying to brush
on,
it off. I'm really pleased that you did go and see the doctor, and you know, we've got the right outcome here today. Aldona, I wanted to ask you about the experience you've had in terms of the recovery process, from the point when Chris had the heart attack to what you, I guess, saw laying in front of you. Has it been more challenging than you thought, or has it been less challenging than you thought it was going to be?
After Chris had his heart attack, it was definitely hard going. It was harder going than I expected.
Okay.
mostly because Chris was really depressed, didn't want to do anything, was scared to do a lot of stuff. It made me feel isolated because I had questions and I wasn't getting answers to questions. I didn't know how best to go about helping Chris. It got very, very difficult at one point, but I don't give up. Yeah. So I would say to anybody, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Great message. Is there any particular message you would give to a caregiver, somebody that's, or a partner?
I would say possibly have somebody else to talk to as well about the bad things that might be going on. Plus look after yourself as well. Being a caregiver, you need to look after yourself. There can be times when, in my case in point, you ignore things that are happening to yourself because you're so busy looking after somebody else. Positivity on your own, in your own thing as well, your own state of mind. Try and be positive.
So thinking ahead, into next year and beyond, have you got any goals, particularly in relation to health? I
would say not ignore things that are going on with me because I'm too easy. It's too easy for me to ignore myself, and hopefully to still be able to get around, be healthy enough. I mean, everybody meets now, you keep saying don't take your life for granted anymore and all this and that. If you want to do something, go ahead and do it.
Oh yeah, don't put off anything you think you can do in retirement, because even if it's not a heart attack or any illness, it'll be age.
I had someone else tell me that, I don't know if you remember in Amsterdam, I gave that message out to the audience because someone else had told me a few weeks beforehand, they're like, just don't put things off.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably about all we've got time for just now. I just want to say thank you so much again for talking to us today. We really appreciate you being so open and honest.
It's been a pleasure, it really has. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.